Alright, welcome back to another League Race. This time we're back with FTRL for round number 3 of GT21 at Monza. Another sprint week, and I need a result in a big way because this season has not gone to plan. This track, Monza, good memories from last time in the Suzuki winning the race here, and then my wheel then disconnecting in the second race. This car, the Honda NSX, I don't really like around the circuit. The way it washes mid-corner understeer. It's not exactly, I wouldn't call this thing the pointiest thing in the world, and you need that at this track with the few corners that are here. You need to have to fire it in. The first chicane is not a problem, neither is the second chicane for the most part. It's the Lesmos and Ascari and Parabolica to an extent. Aaron, I think, well, he gave me a slipstream here at the end to end the lap. He was at the front of the field here, so I don't know if he had made a mistake or something, or anyway, this is our first lap. Again, 5-minute qualifying session is difficult. I think my PB was a 48 1 or 2, 48.2 I think was my PB. So, but you really have to hook it up, and it's hard to hook up a lap here consistently. We were going quicker through two sectors, and with a slipstream from Lee as well, we got a penalty. So it was all riding on this. We're in a really good spot qualifying wise. Like, our pace here is solid. So I'm feeling pretty decent. Get onto the brakes for Parabolica here, or the curve Alboretto's and then Cobble. Who calls it that? And I tried too much to get on the throttle too early, and that's just not the way to go around that corner, is it? So, anyways, we lost time, and unfortunately, we're 5/10 down in the last sector, so not great. But anyways, we're going to line up P5 or 6, I believe. So we're in a good spot. It was just keeping this car in a straight line, like between.
Not go wide on that corner.
Yeah, any corner really, or Ascari. Yeah, no, that's good advice. Also, this car's not great over curbs, and there's a few here to be had. So particularly again, Ascari is not a great one. So anyways, let's see what we can do. 3 races to remedy our issues from the season so far. Let's get into it. This is going to be action-packed, as you can maybe tell from the video length. 5 red lights, and away we go. I think Aaron's down like in 10th or something, but it's not the worst start in the world, but Ross gets a better one. And a nice line's opening up to the left-hand side here. So even though Ross has got slipstream, he got to brake a little early because he's right in the wheel tracks of Pagani. So I probably broke a little bit too early here.
Oh, fuck me.
Got a hit. I just want to be cautious because we're on a league-wide warning for driving standards, and I didn't want to do anything really to jeopardize that, really. So
sorry, Ross, I was hit.
Yeah, sorry, Ross. I went a little deep there. And there wasn't much space on the exit. So anyways, we're in P5 still. And in the wheel tracks of Pagani, you've got Witchell and Pine and T. Smith up in front. Aaron's made a good start so far. So nice and easy onto the brakes. This chicane's not too bad because I can hook this chicane up pretty nicely and get a good exit. It's not this corner I'm worried about. It's the 2 Lesmos here. This first one, braking, well, at the 50-meter marker for this early stages, but to try and hook it in, do not run wide here. You can recover it. It's not too bad. It's this. I hate this second Lesmo. I really struggled with this one. That was not a great one. You get wide on there, it kind of hooks you like a flipping Tony Hawk rail, and it's either you're spinning out or losing a lot of time. So it's that corner is tough. And then we got Ascari here. I broke here. You can see the mark, the pavement at the right hand side. I brake there. Try and hook it in. Do not hit those curbs. Hook it around keep it on the right side as much as you can. Do not hit that sausage curb on the left-hand side. You will be sent to oblivion if you do. And that's what happens a little bit there with Pine. So he loses positions there. We got a really good run through that Ascari chicane. Right in the wheel tracks of Pagani. I could have gone for the move. Not here. I had to get right out of that early. I could have gone for the move down this straight, but I thought it was the better. I don't know. You talk about playing the bump draft game. I thought I'd do it because if I could push Pagani to keep up with the guys in front, it would maybe benefit me. I probably just should have gone. I think I should have just gone with this and overtaken him. Maybe he would have got me back. Maybe we would have lost too much time fighting. I don't know. But I don't know. Looking at this back, at the time I thought, let's just work together and catch up to the front two. Maybe that was naive of me. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have just gone with it. But I don't know. I thought I'd play the game, and yeah, I don't know. Hindsight's 20/20, isn't it? It's just one of those things. Maybe I shouldn't have. Anyways, that number 4. Lost a bit of time. Aaron's on my ass now. Aaron's made a great recovery through the field. So, yep, just indicate to him, go on the right-hand side. I'll let him go. We're in a good spot here. pointless fighting here. So, yep, let him go. And, yeah, it's tough. Like, yeah, like, you know, yeah, I lose a lot of time to Pine behind, and, you know, he gets into slipstream range. But the important thing is that Aaron's got a chance to get after Pagani and to get after a higher result than what I'm currently getting. So, you know, that's the important thing. Not going to fight him on the straight. I just don't want to catch him in the wrong part of the track where I hit him in the braking zone, so to speak. Lap 7. The second Lesmo's tough, man. That wasn't the best of entries or exits, and Ross got a good one there. That second Lesmo's tough. It really is. And this car's not got a lot of bite in corners compared to some other Group 3 cars. And I didn't want to be caught side by side here, to be honest, so I got out of the throttle. And yeah, we'll fight another day with this. We've got a good gap to Sean behind, so as long as we don't squabble too much, we can afford to squabble a little bit. Not too much, because, you know, we don't want to lose all our time. But we have enough margin to be able to squabble a little bit. We have lost a second with all this, to be fair. Anyway, on the right-hand side, we're going to try and get back through on Ross. Even though he's likely going to get me down into turn 1 anyway. So hooking on the inside, on the throttle. Yeah, that's a nice smooth. Nice and smooth. Obviously he's got the better run coming back out of Parabolica though. Again, the leaders are a million miles away. So we're close enough range if anything kicks on. Did I want to go for the move here? No, I decided it would be better off to go bump draft a little bit up further up. And yeah, again, should I just gone for the move? Maybe. But I don't know. I just wanted to... Yeah, I think this is the right... Maybe Pagani wasn't the right call. I think this was okay. That exit wasn't great, and that didn't help. So, yeah, I didn't really maximise that. These laps are flying by. Lap number 9. Pagani's had a rough entry through the chicane, so we get him. But Ross is able to clear him comfortably. But myself, not enough to where I'm going to be... Not like he's just going to come right back with. And... Part of me is hoping that he might play the game that I did earlier, but no, he's going for the move. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I should have. I shouldn't have played the game, really, should I? Like, it's hard to judge, isn't it? Like, I remember doing a league race here at the Tokyo, and not playing the game there, the bump draft game, probably ended up getting me a better result. But I don't know. It's one of those things. It's not costing us. Like, we're not falling down the ranks here, so to speak. So maybe don't need to play the game as much. Anyways, that livery I do actually really enjoy. Relentless. Love that. Pagani's got a good run to the Curva Grande, and I think I'm earlier on the brakes here than some people. I find it hooking this corner I think is really important, so I sacrifice a little bit of entry speed for a bit of exit like that, although nothing came of it on this occasion. Lap 11, so Aaron obviously got by. It was a scrap between Ross and Pagani here, and we got a good run. How do we want to play this? Do we want to send it in the last corner, or get a good exit, force defensive line, nothing doing? I couldn't really go for a dive, so like, right, let me prioritize a good exit. Pagani doesn't get a great exit either. It is a good exit. It's a good exit, to be fair, but we're not going to have enough track to get this done. So that's that's a shame. A close finish.
Oh.
But finally a good result, though.
Fuck
I'm really
me.
happy with a really good result for a race, finally. We're due that. We're due a nice, clean race. We're still due a few more, I feel like, after Maggiore and Deep Forest. But that's a really good start. So, happy days. The random wheel generator was up next. I ended up getting... So, it's reverse P7. So, P7 downwards... so, P7 up are reversed. But on mediums, those outside of the reverse are on softs, so we're on medium starting from second place on the grid. So we can work with this. On the back of a good result, let's go get another one. And we're away. Again, Ross gets a better start. But I've got the slipstream. So now the roles are reversed a little bit now from the first race. Close. I think he really wanted to slip in there, but it was just wasn't enough space. So we're going to hook it nice and easily on this curb on the inside. A bit of contact there. Didn't lose us any ground in the end. It did kind of go at Ross, obviously, on exit. But a nice clean start. Can't complain with that. No contact from behind, so we mosey our way through. I think the furthest person on the softs is going to be Witchell. No, not Witchell. I think it's Lee. I think Lee is on the soft, so we'll see these guys cycle through as the race goes on. Lap number 2 did not get the best run through the second Lesmo. Again, probably our weakest corner on this track. It's a dangerous one. if you don't hook it up, you're vulnerable down the straight. And if you go too wide, then you're inviting disaster for yourself. So Witchell, I knew he was going to cycle through to the front anyways. His pace is ridiculous. So we're going to cycle through. Tom won't be far along. That was a conservative, scary entry, I will say that much. But anyways, we continue to rock on. I wondered if Tom would go for the move here. It turns out he wouldn't. So... But now he gives himself a better chance heading down this main straight. He's a little further back. Well, not really that far back, but anyways, I'm catching a bit of a distant toe from Witchell in front, but still enough for Tom to get the move done. So, anyways, that's now down to P5 then. Not yet, rather. But on, yeah, actually, it was. I was actually surprised. I don't know what I was talking about. I don't know. Oh yeah, my playback thing was slow, so I just assumed that Tom was down the inside of turn one, but no, it's going to down to the Delarage, and he's got enough of a car's width there to yeah, I can get on the brakes, and yeah, we'll get that done. And yeah, well, again, good exits from that Delarage. I really did enjoy hooking that up nicely. Ross, sorry, we had a little go at Ross. I didn't show. There wasn't really much going on, but
it's a good lap on mediums, to be fair.
Yeah, not too upset with that. 49.3. In traffic as well. Yeah, not so much slipstream. Put a little bit of pressure on Ross, which I was hoping put pressure on Tom and force a little bit of carnage. So we got that. Again, a bit of contact kind of, yeah, puts us out wide a little bit. And Lee's now cycling through on soft. So Lee's on soft. So now you're seeing these kind of come to the fore. There's lots of contact with Ross this race. And we had a little bit, obviously, in deep forest as well. Lee... I want to get Ross here. This is important. He's on mediums. Lee, I don't know what the story will be, if he's got the pace, how much he'll cycle through. But yeah, Ross gets that slowed down. Then Lee's not having an attack. My entry's compromised through the Delarage, but nothing that cost me anything. Now Ross has got a 1 second penalty. This lap is actually going to be pretty important. Lap 6. We're within second of Ross. I would like to stay there and like to get that position on him. Lee's up my inside. Had to get out of it a little bit on Ross. I've got a narrow entry into turn 2. And Lee May got pegged a little bit slightly there on the outside. So not sorry about that. It was entry was tight. I was compromised. So losing ground on Ross. I think we'd still overtake him. We got Aaron behind too, but we're defending this from Lee. He's got the inside. I've been braking earlier than everyone else. He had the 150 board essentially. He's got the move. I can't slide back in, which is what my disappointment was. I couldn't, and Lee didn't do anything wrong there. I couldn't cut back in. So I lost that position, and I feel like I'm just as quick as Lee right now. If these mediums go on a bit, I think the pace will kind of swing towards. But anyways, losing traction on Ross, and that was tough. That was a rough time to really lose a bit of time fighting with Lee. He doesn't get a great run. As a decent run, I have less one too for myself, to be fair. And the beta that we're going to go for the move. Lee goes half defensive, so we're going to try and get this move done. But it's losing time. I don't need to be losing. We have a narrow entry into a Scary. It's not great. And Ross, I think, is going to get let off the hook here. That's a rough. That's a light.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was a bad. Getting over the curb there wasn't great. We've got a lot of cars coming through now. Lee being one. I don't want to lose a ton of time fighting Aaron. Ross is slowing up from his penalties. So we're kind of boxed in here a little bit. And we got Pine behind as well. So it's all kicking off. So... not the best run for Ross. There's a lot of slipstream going around. There's Aaron on my right. There's Pine behind. I want to get Ross. I want to get Ross. And Lee's going out of slipstream. He's got increased speed. I've got increased speed for this extended slipstream. Pine and Aaron are fighting away. 3 wide heading down towards turn 1. I want this. I'm going for it. I'm fucking going for it. So many cars in close proximity. Down the inside. No contact, at least on my end. Lee gets the move done. We get the job done on Ross, and we're up into P5, and Pine gets the job done on both Ross and Aaron. Maybe there was contact there, I'm not quite sure. I think my side it was clean enough. Lap 7, Pine then is, he's pretty close coming out of this last corner. So he's looking, I don't think I'll be able to stop this. I'm not close enough to Lee to pick up a decent slipstream to prevent this from happening. So even though we're in the tow, I think Pine's going to be a little bit stronger on the brakes. We brake at the 150 mark. No, we keep it for now, but I have to leave the cars with on the inside, and I just compromise on exit. And yeah, that clattering over the curb is not ideal. And this is a tough thing of racing side by side Monza, man. It's especially in turn 1.
I can't do much else there.
Yeah, I agree, dude. I don't think there's much else that really could have been done there. it's just one of those things with this track. It's, you know, it's no one's fault. Lap 10, under pressure from Ross behind, but we're still looking in a really good place for a result. And this fucking Lesmo, man. I just got on the power too soon. Tony Hawk grind.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, and I can't wheel the car around because there's 4 cars approaching here. So there's nothing I can do. Maybe I would have ghosted, but I'm not taking the chance. And yeah, race over essentially. That's tough. That was a tough one. 2 laps, 1.5 laps to go. P6, P7, maybe a P8 at worst if Aaron got by me, was in play there, and I just got stuck in the. You see what yeah, that was really frustrating. That was tough. That was a really tough one to take after a really good race 1. I was in the mix of it for race 2, and that was devastating. But reverse championship order. I really tried to reset again, just like the second race in. After the second race in Maggiore, just to try to reset. And like, right, we're in a good position here for race 3. Let's go for it. We can still salvage a good result here out of this third race. We're in 3rd place. We can do something from here. Like, the pace was decent. Definitely trying to reset here. It was so disappointing, but we can go. We can work from here, and that's what I desperately tried to do. So here we go then. Race 3, starting in P3. I've got the measure of these 2 guys on pace. I know I do. I've been mixing up with Pagani, Aaron, and Ross and such. We can do this. We get a position immediately into turn 1 because Toto Wolff broke really early. And there's a bit of carnage behind, so we immediately break away from a second range. So we're in a good spot here to try and do something here. We can do this. 11 laps. My confidence is shook a little bit from that accident. No doubt about it. But we can still work with this. We got a good gap. We've managed a gap like this before this track. Biggles gets a penalty, so we'll be cycling to the front here immediately. We've got track position. That's important. Let's get on with it. We can work with this. I can manage 11 laps. The other guys will fight to the front. They should cycle through the field. That will create some openings as well. We're in a good spot. Let's do this. Lap number 4. Toto Wolff is slowly gaining. This corner, that was tough. That was the first time I've had a moment like that in the lead. I just got on the power too soon. So that puts Toto Wolff in slipstream range. And that was difficult to take. I lost my way a little bit after that because my advantage that I had was gone.
That was really stupid.
Yeah, and it was a silly one too. So anyways, we're going to hold on to this for the time being. He's not down my inside enough to go for that, so I keep that position. But we've invited others into the fray here, and that's going to make life difficult. Lap 4 heading into lap 5. That mistake kind of set the wheels in motion for what was to come. Toto Wolff then, who had a pretty tumultuous first week racing side by side with others. Not with me, but with others. We're on the outside here. It's going to be difficult. I leave enough space, more than enough space.
Come on, leave me some space.
Didn't appreciate that. We lose a position as a result of that. That puts Sean alongside us. And Sean, he's got the inside, he's got the run. He really has this done. I know I brake earlier into this corner. But anyways, on the outside here, he kind of comes across. I don't want to make contact. And I'm
Does anyone want to leave me some fucking space?
Yeah, super frustrating. He squeezed me onto the grass. I've get sent to oblivion. Lose all of these positions. My tires aren't great now as a result, and that's it. Like that's just it. Like it's our track position is gone, and I don't think through any fault of my own. That was so frustrating. I cannot get a week without someone hitting into me or squeezing me off. DeForest not as much. My head's gone at this point. Like my head is just gone. It's, you know, I can't deal with it. I'm so frustrated. I'm sick of not being left space or bumped into and compromised corners and losing positions. Absolutely sick of it. I'm so fed up. I just want a clean race and not get smashed into by someone, whether it be Maggiore. DeForest is more so my fault. Yeah, and this one I just didn't think was my fault either. This race 2 was absolutely my fault. That was driver error. But this race 3, in a position to do something, I just get squeezed off the track. I'm so frustrated. Sean got a 3-second penalty for that, but it does nothing to take away what happened there in the end. I tried to bump Ishmael straight there. There's a little bit of contact. I tried to bump him straight off of that exit, but Anyway, so I didn't gain a position from it, so yeah. Anyways, will I try and gain one into the corner here? Can I even fight this into the corner? Let's see. I try down the inside. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. But on the exit, no, there's contact there on the switchback. It's fine. That's racing, I guess. But lap number 7, he doesn't get a good run through. I'm driving pissed. I'm driving angry at this stage. I think my pace has been good. Like, I think it has been good. And I'm driving angry now. We're going to try and get a move done on Ishmael. He goes defensive. Go around the outside of Parabolica. And see if... yeah, there's a little bit of contact, but nothing doing there. That's fine. Is he going to dip into the slipstream afterwards? I think he's going to. So, we're not a million miles away from cars in front, but... Anyways, he dips into the toe. And I'm going to go defensive. And then try and squeeze him over as much as I can before I have to leave him space, and I do. And he's gone onto the brakes, and then,
oh,
yeah...
for fuck's sake.
Barrels into me. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I'm sick of it. Like, I'm just sick of it, and I'm weaving, I'm angry because I'm sick of it. And I've had... yeah, and I know Ishmael's not the cleanest driver in the world either. I've seen run-ins, I've had run-ins. Panda's behind. I'm not even thinking about Panda at this stage, to be honest. I'm not thinking about Will right now, and that will be apparent in a second here. He goes deep as Ishmael. I got a really good run. I'm like, right, I've absolutely got you now. He comes over, cuts me off. I try to go for a switchback.
Oh, sorry.
I just didn't see Will. I wasn't looking at my radar where Will was, and I decided, I was like, I need to let him go. That was...
Fucking prick.
I wasn't happy on that.
Not you, Will.
Yeah, not you, Will. That wasn't your fault. That was my fault, and I let you go after that because I felt bad. I just didn't see him. I was so angry with Ishmael at that moment that I just forgot about Will. So I had to let that go, and using more positions, that was tough. Lap 14
bollocks.
Where I thought I got a penalty. That's why I said bollocks, because I thought I got a penalty. Ross has had a moment, so we have to... I know he's going to have dirty tyres, we have to get this job done. I didn't touch him on my screen. You can see that he's lost on the corner. I honestly didn't send him round. I hope he doesn't see it that way either.
I honestly didn't touch him.
Yeah, I hope he didn't see it that way. I didn't touch him, I feel like. So, anyways, there's a position gained at least. But, yeah, the damage is done. Like, I'm fuming. Between Sean punting me off, squeezing me off, and then Ishmael's antics as well. And then, like, he had, like, Turtle Wolf kind of bumping into me turn 1 as well. And difficult run there for Pine, so we're going to get a position back here. To be honest, we started this second last lap in P14. So, we're going to try and cut through the field as best we can, as you know, but it's tough. Like, I should be so much higher than I am, and it just hasn't gone the way I wanted it to, and that's frustrating. Race 2, from my own error, I couldn't have done much about this race. I'll be honest. Like, you know, control what you can control. I couldn't control much in this instance. I really couldn't. Last lap, though, we're going to stay on board for this one. It's been a busy race, a very hectic and busy race. I'll be honest about that. But let's just see what we can do, man. Let's see what we can do. These guys are squabbling. There's going to be margin here. Ishmael's has an off there. Whatever happened there, I don't know. Don't even care, to be honest. We're up into position 11. So already, like, wow, we've managed to gain 3 positions in less than, or 2 positions rather than half. Oh no, 3 positions in less than half a lap. To Descari, Chubbs has a moment or a penalty. I'm not sure which. There's a penalty, I think, there for sure. He's ghosting anyway. So we're going to get P10 out of this. Which, do you know what? Looking back and everything that happened in this race, and we were P14 to begin lap 10. I'm actually pretty pleased to scrape P10 out of this. I know it's a tough result. I deserved a lot more from this race. I really did. From this race 3. But to get P10...
Fucking ridiculous, honestly.
I was very pissed off afterwards. But to get P10 out of that shit I think was decent. But yeah, so ups and downs. Difficult race 2 for my own fault. Race 3, what else could I have done? I didn't want to cause contact with Will and send him round, because like I could have easily, and that would have caused even more carnage. So I had no space, and then yeah, just got pricked off then after that from other cars. So yeah, difficult one, frustrating one. But anyways, hoping for a good result then next week. Trial Mountain for the endurance. Really hoping for a good result. My season really needs it. I'm not showing the standings. I'm mortified and embarrassed. I'm not showing the standings. It's been really difficult. I just want something to go right. Just desperate for a good result. So, anyways, that's going to do it for round number 3 of FTRL season 21 for GT. Next up is Trial Mountain. Fingers praying for a better result to end the first part of the season on the high before the week's break, before we take part in a 24-hour race at Daytona in a Renault. So that should be fun. But yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time.